Greetings all, and as usual, love and light within. So I want to document what I just previously experienced in the moment I experienced it, and it was quite amusing. So, as I've mentioned before, I'm on a 20-year life path. And for those that don't know what it is, Google it. I'll give you a much better description than I could. But here's what I find quite amusing. So while I was out on my adventures today, I came across a store that I walked in, and the energy was so magnetic, I was drawn to it. And while I walked in there, I met one of the people that work at the shop, and we got talking. And I realised that there was a reason for me to turn up into that shop, and that was I was energetically aligned and guided by the infinite creator. So we got to talking. I offered a few of my viewpoints. Now again, she doesn't have to take anything that I've said, and yeah, each to their own. Operate human as you do. But what I find was quite amusing is once I started talking to her, I then spoke to the other person who worked there, and one was on a life path of 1, and the other was on a life path of 2. And I thought that was quite amusing. And in the life path 2, found out that her mother, her birth mother, her biological mother, was on also a life path 2 as well. So 2s and 2s. Anyway. But it's what followed when I was communicating with them. So while I was communicating with them, just energetically communicating on different experiences, definitions, belief systems, passions, and all of the essentials that make up human living, people started to enter the store. Now, we are on the Matrix bank holiday. That's what the Matrix says. There's a bank holiday today, so there's not really that many shops that are open. However, this store got very, very busy once I started communicating. But here's the fun thing that I found was quite amusing. Now I see with more than just the physical eyes, as energetically. And while I was communicating with this shop worker, this life path of 1, and I started noticing little things here and there. For instance, while I was communicating, an energy came in and interrupted her. Now, again, you can look at that subjectively, but the thing that the person was looking for, they don't sell it. So, but don't worry about that. What happened after was more people started coming in, but one interesting thing happened, and I noticed this straight away, and that was a lady walked in holding her phone up like this. It was in her hand. So from my perspective, as I looked down, it was facing me. It was like as if it was around, I can't show you on the phone, but it was like it was laying flat on their hand. And on that phone, on that mobile device in black and white, was the words, "What are you doing?" And there's no such thing as coincidences. And the moment I noticed it, I called it out. And the moment I called it out, that lady walked out the shop. And that was quite amusing because the lady, once she walked out the shop, I said thank you, and she walked past 3 or 4 times the actual shop whilst looking in. But it was the fact that I noticed it, that it was on, that's how much I actually saw it. It was laying flat on her hand, and it was in the direction of, and it wasn't like a text message or anything like that. No, it was blacked out screen. It was the screen was on, but it was black with white writing, and the words saying, "What are you doing?" And I thought that was quite amusing. So, and then what followed was other energies. Other energies started coming into the store. People wanted to listen. People wanted to sort of stand right next to me, just to try to absorb some of the information that I was speaking. Or attempted to absorb the light. Once you realize that you're light, it attracts moths. It's like moths to a flame. And I started speaking to the people the two people that were working there, and they figured out their life path. That's how we got on. That's how I know they're a life path of one. They figured out their life path. And the funny thing is the moment they found out their life path, they had a big smile on their face. It was like natural. Straight away, it was like natural. And I said to him, I said, look, naturally smiling, because you realise that it's your life path. Now, they asked me what those numbers meant, and I said to them, look, I my life path number. I would do some research into it. Now, that's going to prompt them to do some research. Again, it's entirely up to them. They don't have to do it. They can do it if they want to. But that's what I found quite amusing. And then it was all of the other energies that I noticed. Someone came into the store and attempted to cast judgment. And I basically put them in their place and was like, no, that's judgment. You're judging someone else's life. You're judging someone else's life. You shouldn't be doing that. Because his question was, it was a negative. It was trying to attempt to put negative energies onto this vessel, and I have boundaries, and I'm guided, and I'm protected by the divine. And the guy walked out, and as he walked out, as I was walking out, he was trying to walk back in, and I was just like, "Yep, bye now." I was like, "No, I'm not gonna. If you're gonna, he was judging someone and judging other people's paths, but he was only judging the negative paths." Of the negative energies, like that, each to their own. That's the polarity of Earth. That's the Earth school in itself. And I rebuke any energies that's trying to attach itself to me via that. But I thought that was very interesting, especially that woman where she showed me. And the funny thing is that was on her phone, and we all know what the phone is. The phone is the matrix device. So the matrix itself come up specifically and asked me, what am I doing? So I thought that was quite amusing. So I thought I'd share with you that. And then as I was walking back, I sensed a lot of other negative energies. A few negative energies had comments to say, but they're on their own path. Like, if you physically say stuff negative, that's on them. That's got nothing to do with me. I'm taking no responsibility. I'm not here to heal people's negative energies. I'm here to awaken those beings that need to be awakened. So I thought I'll post that video and let me know your thoughts. But yeah, I've met some interesting people so far. So yeah, I will catch you in the next one. Peace.